We're on.
Again.
Like
very soon.
Very soon after the last time.
The previous time. The
previous same universe, just different time.
Yeah, but I mean that's impressive for us because before it was record one and then maybe a month later record another, and this is yesterday.
Yesterday, yes, and that's today.
No, today's today. Today's tomorrow. Today was tomorrow.
Right now is today?
Right now was tomorrow, yesterday. Welcome to the Monkey Brain podcast.
Wow. That's really well done.
Is it?
It ran around in my head.
Yeah, well, let's not throw gold stars on everything.
Okay.
Fucking participation
Not
trophies.
in the first thing.
Not on the first, not ever.
Not in the first act.
Not in the first act. A little different energy today. I might have to match you. I think I'm up here.
I want to be up here.
I want to be up here too.
I want to ride the rides. I want to be up here.
No. You smoked before. You started the day with the marijuana. You're here.
Yeah.
That's just is. You can't.
Meditations, marijuana, and writing.
Yeah, dude. You're which is fine, dude. You can be here. You can cruise down at that level. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but I still want to be up here too.
Okay, well, what do you want to do about it?
Wait, what's the difference from up here and where I'm at?
Okay, so I'm like right, and you're like, welcome to the Monkey Brain. I'm like, welcome to the Monkey Brain. You're like, hey,
this is NPR.
Yes. You're NPR, and I'm like, what's the opposite of NPR?
K-Rock?
Yeah, I'm satellite radio.
Yeah, what was the...
Spider Harrison.
Yeah, like those type of radio voices.
The fucking DJs, right? DJs.
The DJs.
The radio people.
But then, like, I forget now a lot of the people... But there are some memorable ones, especially like Southern California.
I want to say there was someone. It was like DJ Love or I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, never mind. Great story. I'm gonna walk this one back. I don't remember where I was going with it.
Okay, I remember on Sunday nights. What I do remember is like Art Lobo. Remember those oldies?
Oh yeah,
I think it was like
I'm Art Lobo.
KGGI 90.
It was when they started to play like it was on a radio station that was sort of like contemporary stuff, more or less, I thought. And then Art LeBeau's section was like, I'm going to bring it back to a little more old school Motowns.
I think as long as there was some form of like R&B.
His was a love shout out, right?
Yeah, it was a love shout out.
It was like the softer,
non-stop love shout out.
Yeah.
Like you would just like, it'd be so funny. Like it'd be like, Roger. He says, I love you, baby. You're the moon to my sky.
Yeah.
And then, like, Eleanor or something like that. Yeah.
We've got a shout out from Hector to his girlfriend, Lisa. But I love you, mommy.
It was the most G thing you could do. Back then, though, it was a different time. You remember, like, it would be romantic to have your girlfriend, like, sit next to you and be like, hey, listen to this.
Yeah,
Let's
dude.
Just sit here and listen to
it. Like whatever the evening versions of like Kiss FM or something like that. Yeah,
and you'd have like a dedication for her. That would be like such a game changer.
Oh, dude, and if you got through, what a smooth baller move.
You were a baller. And then I knew people who used to like they knew how to call in and win a lot.
How do you what?
Yeah, like they had really good timing with calling in, winning.
That sounds
and going
shady.
Like to Six Flags.
That sounds like insider. Contestants.
Caller intuition.
Yeah. I need to dial. He dials all of them. I need to dial now.
Yeah. Or like the fact that you could call in, like, even be able to request a song was so dope back then.
Yeah.
Like, because you did not have your hands on music.
Yeah.
So you were at the whim of either randomly they're going to play this.
All right.
Or you were able to get through some, like, crazy phone line that would only answer to maybe like 10 or 20 calls.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you'd be like, I want to listen to this song right now.
And you knew that say the LeBeau Love Hour or whatever.
Yeah.
You knew that during that time there was a few popular love songs that were going to get requested,
Yeah.
right? So like you had the cassette ready to hit record on the radio so you can make the mixtape.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, the request is coming. Yeah. Oh, Lost in Love by MBK. Bing. Put that one on the mixtape.
Oh man, making mixtapes was crazy, right? Because you were just basically sitting by the radio, and you had to find out the pattern for like that week.
Bro, it's like fishing.
It was like
it really
fishing.
is like fishing.
But
You're just
like
sort of
really
waiting.
real fishing, like not just you're just sticking your pole in the water. Like actually, I know when I should put the pole in the water.
Yeah. Legitimate fishing where you're like, I know the species. I know what I'm looking for.
I remember, what year was it? 95 maybe or 96? Whenever that Ain't It Kamosi Hot Stepper came out.
I don't understand the words you just said to me.
You know that song, Here Comes the Hot Stepper, turn.
I'm a lyrical gangster.
So,
I
forgot whose mom picked us up or whatever. But if someone was switching through all the radio stations and that song was like on across each one, like KMEL, like all that up in the Bay, right? And that's when I realized, like, oh, there's like a conspiracy to how music is being done.
No, we're good.
Yeah.
Like there's quick check. This is like a zipper check, right? In public where you're trying to do it super.
Yeah.
It should be the ghost.
Yeah.
It should be a little ghosty, not the circle, right?
This is ghosty now.
Yeah. No, we're good now.
Good call.
Thanks. I'm learning. Yeah. Conspiracy, right? Where it's like, hey, we're going to flood the airwaves at like this time with this song or whatever. Or, I don't know.
Well, that was the age where I think I was like 10 or 11 by then.
Probably at 95, you were 12.
12, yeah. 12, right? So I was, when you're just like nerding out on shit, like your music or whatever.
Boy,
and
do
you're, like,
I.
Trying to figure out this story, and this archetype of music story is from the acts before that you were fans of, like the classics, like the Beatles, They Fall Apart, who had hands in that. So you just, or like Michael Jackson, like, so when you get to be you're in this like, music industry, you have like, you have this idea of who are the criminals and who are the saviors. Like this concept of being underground in some weird way is like a savior concept. Like never truly selling
the
out.
Purity, the untouched.
Yeah. So I think like that's when that really dawned on me when I started hearing this track all over and everything. And that was at the same time when Tupac is just like going crazy on everybody.
Yeah. I wasn't into music back then though.
Yeah.
I mean, I was, but only to like facilitate emotions I was feeling at the time.
Yeah.
I had no connection to the artist or the genre necessarily. Well, maybe the genres, but not the like industry. I didn't know what was going on. That's like I'm living that right now, where I'm going back and rediscovering what was happening during those times, what the music industry was like, and it's really interesting. I don't think I would have. I don't know if I had like the experiential sort of maturity to look back to understand fully, like, oh wow, the implications of the fluidity of the genres and what they beget.
And I don't even think it's like an older person saying my music era was the best or something. But I felt like, not the best or better than, but it was a good era, like for all kinds of music.
Dude, I hear people saying nowadays that like even young people are still like, man, that stuff in the like the 70s and the 80s rock and the new wave is kind of coming back too.
Yeah.
Like retro wave or whatever they call it. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
Like really good.
Like I felt like people knew you wanted to listen to a full album back then. And they would make like really good albums. And I felt like that got lost in the digital world. But some people lost that art. I think live performances came back for a while, and that was important. But I don't know, like I feel like the way story writing was back then for music, I don't see as much of the same storytelling as we did back in like the 90s. I'm saying the 80s, 70s, the greats, they all make great stuff. I'm just saying after the 90s, like selective things get through that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there aren't these like press play albums that you could just sit to for a very long
Yeah,
span of
dude.
time.
Yeah, and now when they come out, you're like, man, you could that whole album
Yeah.
just push play and vibe to.
Yeah.
Fewer and far between now.
Yeah,
I
like
think.
I think like like road trip type music even. It's not you don't want anything new, you want like concept albums, themed albums, things that
Yeah.
were set up, orchestrated the correct way.
Right. The
And
cool things about the digital is I could now curate my own. I guess we could do that with CDs and stuff, but now playlists.
Yeah.
You know, I can whatever experience I want from like that album, that play album, I can make a playlist like that spans a bunch of different artists.
Right.
And I can make that road trip playlist, or I can make
Right.
that breakup playlist, or you know, I
Yeah.
can make that montage, that gym
Cathartic.
montage playlist.
Yeah,
or,
yeah.
And I have all three of those, by the way.
Right.
Yeah. So
Different volumes.
yeah, yes, different vibes for sure.
I think it's cool to see like Spotify the way they take all your numbers down, your listening habits,
Oh yeah,
and then they play them for you. And
yeah.
it's like so embarrassing.
Like you mean the year end? Like here's
Yeah.
where your top 5 artists.
Yeah.
Dude, do you remember what years were this last?
I'm going to be really embarrassed if I say
I'll,
yours.
okay, well then I'll just say mine, because they're more embarrassing, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so I remember distinctly one of my top artists that I played was Hugh Jackman.
Oh, really?
Like Broadway songs from Hugh Jackman apparently was real popular that year for me.
I'm so happy we watched Logan yesterday.
Yeah, different side. Fucking different side of him.
I feel like I was fulfilling something you needed. You needed some closure.
I had seen Logan. I just didn't. I was too stoned. I fell
but
asleep.
I think you just need closure with him as that person.
Yeah.
He's
And now,
everything.
now he can just sing to me.
You just-
He, that motherfucker,
can
dude.
just sing to
His
you.
career is the best in the world because now he did all that stuff. He's like, hey, I'm done being this jacked Wolverine. I think he went through I think he had a melanoma or something.
Yeah,
I think
I
he went through
think
cancer,
that's why
and that's
he
why
had-
he got out of the Wolverine, right?
Yeah.
And then now, look at what is like. I've seen billboards for that fool in like Vegas and stuff, where it's just this giant billboard. He's just smiling. He's singing and dancing on stage with other people. Just, I'm now Hugh Jackman, and this is what I do for people. And he's just loving life and having a good time, and I'm very envious of that.
He is someone that authentically is just happy looking.
Yeah.
Like that's just him.
Yeah. So, anyways, so I guess I'm a little embarrassed to say that might have been my number one artist. I'm not even sure of that year. I think that was 2019 that we're talking about.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I was singing a lot of Hugh Jackman in the shower. Fucking sue me. Now you share, so I
can't
don't. So I'm
judge
not on
you.
a ledge. Share, please.
Drake.
Okay, that's a different embarrassment. Yeah, for sure. A different shame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think because okay, I already know the reason.
No one's gonna fault that. I mean,
No.
Drake's music is
it's
what
a
it is.
Secret for everybody. It was Drake. I know why though, because gym music. Like
That got you like into the gym?
it was good music to work out to.
Ah, really?
Yeah.
I always thought he was like way too chill.
He's like chill.
I don't know
like,
anything about Drake.
He's like chill bark music. Like he feels himself a lot, but he's not really like
Okay.
he's not hardcore enough or too what would you say?
In your face.
Yeah, too in your face or
He's not jock
too many
jammy.
words, too complex. He's just a lot of like, I'm this, I'm that.
Okay.
My feelings. Okay. A lot of anthems. A lot of it. Like,
Musical affirmations.
yeah. he's yeah.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. I get it.
Yeah. He's like anthems and for affirmation type music.
It's simple. It's effective. It does the job. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
And you know what? I knew someday I'd have to own up to it. Like, even before I saw the numbers, I was just like, okay, I know I do this because in the gym every day, I'm like, I even have like specific songs I would go to, like Elevate, or like a lot of them are just, or Legend. Like, they're just like these like easy beat counts and very like hymn singing and talking about stepping up or something, right? So I already knew, like, just from my own habit that I must listen a lot.
Sure.
And then when I saw, like, it just totally, for all the numbers on different categories, it just made up most of the stuff I listened to. I was like, oh shit, I actually have a problem. Like,
it's like face to face with reality.
Yeah. And now every time this year that I've turned to him, I chuckle. Because my habits are different this year. I'm curious to see what this year would be like, because not going to the gym every morning.
Yeah.
Like, what my play habits are totally different now.
Do they keep sort of something that's like, hey, right now this is what you're listening to?
Yeah, like
a current thing?
right now I have my summer playlist.
Okay.
Like summer throwback playlist that I've been listening to. So things the last couple summers or a few summers that I've been frequenting, which is really interesting because like it's like New York, Bangladesh was one year. So different years I was in different places. So I get this like different flavor of, different playlists I've accumulated. And so, yeah, music, you'll listen to a song and it'll help you reminisce about something, right? Like you'll have a taste of nostalgia. You'll see something happen to you in your mind when you hear a song or taste something or feel something.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wish that, I don't know, it really could be me, that there's an album that's come out in a long time that really, or maybe I'm just not as interested in the story as much anymore.
Maybe. It's hard to, it's hard to truffle pig your way through like all the music to find what you love.
Yeah.
So I get that. That's why I love one of my favorite things with movies is listening to what music they're using, because they're creating a feeling, right? Movies are supposed to take you on this emotional, mental journey type of thing. And so a lot of times they connect what that means to a song, and I can pick out songs from movies and be like, oh, fuck yeah, like I want to throw that on this playlist or whatever.
Right.
Or other people sharing music. I'm like, I like that. Let me put that. That's the only way I discover music nowadays. Yeah. But did you ever listen to the Dalai Lama's album that he dropped this week?
Oh, it dropped on his birthday, right?
12th, July 12th.
Oh, the 12th? His birthday was on the 6th.
I don't know, man. Happy belated birthday to the Dalai Lama, but yeah, I'm pretty sure the album just came out this Monday or whatever.
Is it today's the 9th?
Huh?
Today's the 9th. What day is it supposed to come out?
Oh, well, whatever. It came out.
It's either come out or it's going to come out.
Oh, it's definitely out.
Oh, okay. I've only listened to
Let's see.
Compassion.
Is that something else?
It's one track.
Oh, it's a single from it.
Yeah,
from
single. But they're all like, they're all different.
There we go.
Chants and prayers.
Yeah, he dropped this. I don't remember when, but the album's out.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
Promoting the Dalai Lama's.
Yo, check out the Dalai Lama's album. It dropped Monday. It's got a lot of It's got a lot of hot tracks. This is one of my favorites. It's called One of My Favorite Prayers. This is a hot track. This one's called Courage.
So these are tantras, basically. Like different
Here.
things you can
Exactly. Here, I'll read them through because it's an 11-track album. It should be kind of cool. People should check it out. One of my favorite prayers is what he starts with.
Yeah.
Then that's the Buddha, compassion, courage, Amala. What's Amala? Do you know?
I don't know.
Okay. Healing, wisdom, purification, protection, children, and humanity. And that's sort of the progression of that. So you think, so each of them are like chants pertaining to that thematically, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And what would that, is he like chanting to benefit something, you think? Like what's the chant about, the thematic chant? What is somebody who's not familiar with like Buddhism or Dalai Lama?
These chants reach out to different deities and different forces, divine forces.
Okay.
I guess, and those deities help cleanse of whatever type of obstruction these things might be doing.
Okay.
So through compassion, it clears up what compassion can clear up. Through purification, I think your purification of your thoughts, what you say, what you do. So you're saying all these different things to clean yourself up, basically. And
okay. So the ones that he chose are probably he feels the most important right now to focus on.
Right.
All those things, which is interesting.
In a time of help, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I heard this was like, isn't it like 5 years in the making, or he's been working on it for a second. So.
Yeah. It wasn't just
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna release something. Yeah, he wasn't in quarantine bored and like, well, I guess I'll just make music.
No, I mean, hey. No, because I've listened. There are like other llamas that I've been listening to for some of
Lama
these.
Dorja.
Yeah, right. So it is kind of like, oh, you do want to see what the Dalai Lama.
Yeah.
Like
I'll tell you right now, either 19 or 2020, at the end, Lama Dorja will be on my top artists because I listened to that one song like on loop over and over again. It's so nice.
Yeah, so that's what, because what I've learned so far is one of these meditations is a purification one.
Mm.
So that purification track is Vajrasattva.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
So you use that in the meditation and everything. So yeah, it's amazing how powerful those things can be. Yeah. And I think it's cool that Dalai Lama is like providing those type of chants to like a wider audience.
That was his reasoning, which I thought was so cool.
Yeah.
Like, some things aren't, you can't always share something with people. Like music is sometimes the way that you can get to them. And he's like, I don't want to miss out on getting these messages out to anybody if that's the thing. So that was really humble thing. That's a humble opinion, in my own humble opinion.
I think also, yeah, because just good things that make you feel good, that make other people feel good, resonates with you. And I think music does that in such a beautiful form. So
yeah. Well, and it'll hold us all over until Kanye drops his fucking album. Fuck that guy.
Dang.
What a stark contrast those two artists are.
It's crazy because he knows how to slice in such a weird way. Like, he's like, I give up the MAGA hat, and then he says a bunch of other bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like a clear, like, oh, I was wrong. Forgive me, guys. Help me better understand my mistakes so I can contribute to helping
It's just on to the next thing.
No, it's just, yeah.
What's the next outlandish thing I could fucking say?
Yeah.
The next ignorant and foolish thing I could do.
Holy shit, dude.
But he never renounced the MAGA hat, did he?
I don't
He just started.
I didn't look
think
that deep into it.
I think what happened is he was in support of the Black Lives Matter movement when it started and was like he started donating a bunch of money or set up a fund or something.
Yeah.
And that's when you and I were like, oh, okay, maybe Kanye's come back to his senses.
Yeah.
Like maybe he's dropped all that bullshit MAGA cult shit.
I think at one point I was asking, where is Kanye?
Yeah. Maybe he's getting the help that he needs because we all know that he's got some.
Which is totally fine.
Yeah, exactly. Encourage that.
But I was really shocked that.
Yeah, but then
this is the move he wanted to make right now.
It's self-aggrandizing. I mean, it's just celebrity.
It's
circle jerking.
It's what Trump would do
Yeah. Yeah.
if he was in Kanye's shoes.
Well, he's a celebrity circle jerk himself.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
But it's
when you
the exact,
elect a reality
it's
president.
exact. There's a type of energy with both of them that's coming out. I think Kanye just can't do as many disastrous things. But
No shit.
these are just the same conditions. You know what I mean? To literally like be like, hey guys, you were right. I was still right. You know what I mean? Like that's exactly what he did, and
Right.
I am so shocked if anybody celebrates that.
Dude,
Like
there's some people that they still love Kim and Kanye, even though like, what isn't Kim use like sweat labor and shit for her clothing or something like that? Or
you know what's so funny? I was actually like thinking about that this morning.
takes advantage of female labor.
Yeah,
Or
and
is it Beyonce? I can't remember which one.
Like, and they haven't paid them.
Yeah. That's fucked up.
So, and it's crazy because I'm like, actually, that's what I was like looking at right now is a bunch of garment factory numbers and stuff. And it's just like, yo, you guys are evil.
Like, I bet there's a huge disconnect between what a bunch of these supposedly woke and power celebrities say and how their businesses are run and driven.
Yeah, like if their businesses are done outside the U.S., it doesn't really reach our tabloids for some reason.
Wow. Bad for the brand.
Bad for the brand, but it doesn't matter. That's not what people want to discuss.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Like the people that are keyed into her products they'll buy it no matter what.
It's very much like the MAGA cult, where it's like they know all the bad things, they don't care, they're gonna still buy into it.
It's not bad to them though. The
they're
logic
entrenched
behind them is structural.
Yeah.
Right? Like they're like, oh, these people were born into this.
Right.
That's what they're supposed to do. I was born into this. I'm a winner.
Yeah.
So, like, boo-hoo for them.
Yeah.
But they're like so separated.
Yeah.
From the truth that what can you do?
Yeah.
Like you can't reprimand someone like that. You can't have someone like unless the government wants to come in and say, "Hey, you're doing this shit. It's obvious fraud." Like you guys have to pay this off and whatever the damages are and whatever people are starting to get hurt by this money not coming back to them. Because like they're only making
never gonna
a few dollars a day compared to how much these garments are being sold for.
Dude, cents a day sometimes,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, so it's like
Or is it cents an hour, whatever. It's,
yeah. It's a few cents.
Yeah.
So it's like, and these things sell for hundreds of dollars.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that could pay their shit so easily. Like, there could be a more sustainable format of how things are done if there's more like some sort of like pricing wage protection, but there isn't. That's why since Rana Plaza happened, there's been protests from garment workers and the garment agency out there that's supposed to help and works as some sort of union in some sense, BGMEA. It's like the Bangladesh Garment something, I forget right now.
Something association.
Yeah. They still haven't been able to get them the wage that they should get. So
Yeah. It's almost like that like labor union should be a global concern, like with a global economy and a global market and all that.
When Rana
Labor
Plaza
rights,
happened, I thought, I don't know, and it might have been because I was younger too, but when that happened, right? Like, and I saw, because I was there reporting on it, I was like, holy shit, this is like mind blowing. This many people have died. It was like,
For those that don't know, Rana Plaza was a garment manufacturing building that collapsed on its workers, correct, killing hundreds.
like over 1,000, like 1,600.
Right.
So and
Because of poor working conditions. And
yeah,
all that
it was
led
like a building that was 8-story high. I don't think it was supposed to be that high.
Right.
They had a lot of like things for what do you call it, garment factory that have like generators,
Sure.
all this shit.
Probably some flammable
So
bullshit.
I think like what had happened was the structure was already showing it was giving up and then eventually collapsed.
Okay.
But yeah, that many, I forget what the number is exactly. Many people died, there's many missing. And then the brands that were inside these garment factories, you know, like Joe Fresh or Calvin Klein, all these different brands, you'd think, oh, it exposes, you know,
Dang.
you think, right? These numbers are high enough that it would make people, you would think,
Yeah.
at least bat an eye, but it didn't.
Nah.
Yeah,
Nobody cares about poor brown people, dude.
No one cares about poor brown people. And then while every time I've been there reporting just whatever the cause is, while I'm in Bangladesh, there's always garment factory protests still
Good.
for wages, things like that.
Good. That's the
So
only way
it's
they'll
an
get protection.
ongoing situation that, you know, years later, because I think that's like 2013 or 2014, 6, 7 years later, is still a problem. Like, things haven't changed. And you have a celebrity that's not paying their bill even.
Yeah.
And she's supposed to look like she's like amazing, like savior to the world, like cares about everything, is the barometer for what beauty is. It's bullshit.
That whole family really fucked up a few generations of women and men.
They get in every single sector too.
Like I had some friend of mine complaining the other day that she wasn't dummy thick. I was like, what? First off, the fuck does that mean?
Yeah.
Like that's not an English sentence for one.
What? I'm like, what is that?
It's like that. It's that look now that's super popular where it's like real, like thick legs into the ass,
Yeah.
but like skinny waist, thick legs, ass, and then
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like that's that whole the Kardashian, the or the rappers, the music artists.
Oh, like Nicki Minaj.
Yeah, and Cardi B and all that. Yeah, it's like that's the new impossible standard that girls have to reach, and it's all surgical and the inadequacies that they're feeling and the filters on all the social media to make them kind of look that way.
Right.
It just sucks, dude. Like that sucks. I know there's always been a standard on women too.
Yeah.
This isn't anything new, but
I think it continues to shift, and like we can say what we perpetuate what we want, but at the same time, like women also pressure themselves, like the, that whole industry, like makeup, hair, especially like influencers. That's all girls. Like men aren't watching influencers that do makeup tutorials or
yeah, no
hair
shit.
tutorials for the most part, or
They just look at fitness models
yeah,
or whatever.
but it's girls that are like, you know, women that have to decide like how they want to educate each other, and
Yeah.
but men, you know, they can't help if, you know, that's what's out there for them, right?
Man.
Like that's just the natural.
Be how you are.
Yeah.
If that's how you are, then fucking do it.
And
Rock it.
everyone finds their match. Too.
Yeah, seriously. There's not just a one type. Like,
No.
oh, you got to look like this to get your match.
Like we are seeing what the mainstream is, but I think it also that talks to, there's a mainstream, but that talks to a selected group of people, and then I think there's also the rationale of like what people actually really want in their life, and they find that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's, I don't know, I think it's severe enough that it does hurt people because that's where what would you say, like the yard line is or whatever?
Yeah.
Where people have to decide, and it might put unrealistic beauty standards on a lot of people. And we do see people trying to achieve those things, but that's how it's always been, right?
It has.
Like
That's
even
the problem
as
with worshiping
men,
celebrity.
Yeah, like as men, it's the same way too. I was thinking about that.
Yeah.
Like the way Instagram, like, because I was looking at different accounts one day, and sometimes you can see like on people that are in the photos, their agencies that they're part of.
Mm-hmm.
And I was clicking through them like a few weeks ago. This is like during when everything really was popping off with Black Lives Matters. And I started looking at these agencies to see like how many, Black, Indigenous people of color that they had on their sites. And no, there's nothing. It was like all white people. And all of a sudden, they're trying to make these turns and everything, and I just thought it was so fascinating, like how that's how it's been, and they're so pervasive everywhere. Like these companies are the ones everyone that works with only so many brand companies, stuff like that, and here you are seeing like they just really employ A, B, and C people, and then they just have their token D person when they need it.
Right. Right.
And in the midst of this movement, like it was like, it's not even an aha moment. It's like, oh shit, like this is so fucking bad. It was more like, oh, this is just another thing that we're realizing, and yeah, this has to change. Really badly has to change. Like, and it's not gonna happen overnight, but people need to feel uncomfortable if it's not natural for them to feel something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if hate feels natural to them,
Yeah.
or like they feel prejudice because they need to feel a certain way about themselves, feels natural, and not compassion and love and appreciation, and just like we're talking about like different beauty standards. There should be no beauty standards. It should just be appreciation of beauty in all kinds of forms.
Yeah, man.
If that isn't coming natural, then there
Get
has
weird
to
with
be
it. Get
discomfort.
unique with it.
Huh?
Give me that weird beauty. Give me that. Do your thing. Like
Do you
I want to
think-
see.
it looks like your beard's. You were just like.
Yeah. Oh man, I could feel it. It's like hitting the little flavor saver part is
Yeah.
sticking up, and it's hitting the microphone sock or
Yeah.
whatever this thing's called. And I'm not gonna lie, it feels good.
I was like, I'm not sure if you remember what you're doing right now.
Was I absent-mindedly stroking my beard on the mic?
No, you were. I think you were.
I was Ray Charlesing
you were
around,
saying,
and I was like,
I forgot what you were saying now because I totally
Who knows?
interrupted
It probably
you.
wasn't important.
But you were. It looked like you were enjoying the sensation of saying it at the same time.
Dude, I probably was.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I didn't even realize it.
like it's like a cat, right? Like they're like rubbing themselves against the microphone while they're doing whatever they're doing.
I converted to Meowism after Jeannie
Meowism.
came on the show.
That's right. Shout out to Jeannie.
Yeah.
Meow.
Meow.
Yeah. Cats and monkeys.
Cats and monkeys.
But yeah, I think it's just mind blowing that right now that type of hate has to be there. Or ever.
I'm joining you.
Yeah.
That was stinks.
I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yeah.
I've been sober this whole time. I'm like, I'm done being sober. Pardon me.
It's the final countdown. No, I don't even know where I was.
Or where we are.
Where we are
going. Roads.
Road.
Where we're going, we don't
Roads.
need.
I feel like I
roads.
expressed a lot of feelings for a hot minute.
You did.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing. It's
Thank
like group.
you guys for coming. I guess I felt about a lot.
You know? Good for you.
You know what it is like, okay, when everything was going on, people were reaching out to me about what they should do, like with protests, where they should stand with, like, what they should believe statistically with COVID, with people being angry about things and where they should direct it. And, everyone I answered the same thing, and, like, I was like, I can't tell you guys what to do. I don't even know what to do sometimes. Whether it's, like, being very, vocal about how everyone should be social distancing, wearing masks and quarantining, providing everyone statistics with for the Black Lives Matter movement, being out there protesting, or we're supposed to be sending statistics out on that, making sure people's names are not forgotten, like you know, like since his movement, Breonna Taylor's still not hurt.
Yeah.
Those officers haven't been arrested yet. So like, and that's like a month in since the George Floyd killing. So it's like we've been trying to scale our efforts in so many different ways, and all I could ever tell people when they came to me was just ask what your motivation is, and that should decide what you're supposed to do, right? Because your motivation, your body at some point is going to tell you what you need to do. Your mind's going to tell you at some point what you need to do. And then your soul will tell you at points what to do. Like your mind is going to be like logically like, you know, these are identities that I believe in, that I have to fight on the front for. There's a spiritual belief that, you know, you have, wherever it is on the spectrum with these things, you know, that I either have to protect my brethren, or, you know, I have to pray, or this or that. And then also your actual ability to do these things, you know, whether it's your environment, your health, so on and so forth. So it's like, I could only think your motivation would decide what you need to do in these moments. And I remember you would ask me a lot too, like, what are we supposed to do? Because we luckily, by all blessings, ended up in a place where we were pretty safe from, you know, a lot of things.
Mm-hmm. We ended up in like the womb of cities, back in the womb, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, metaphorically speaking, that was exactly what happened. We're back at our parents' place, but yeah, I'd like to believe that people have that same. When you talk about like what does your heart tell you? What is that? Man, there's been a war on education, and a war on critical thinking and fact and truth, and a dumbing of certain senses that I think you and I are really attuned to now, that we take for granted that a lot of people are not, man. And that's what worries me. It's like when you tell someone as an individual to like, well, what's your motivation? There's some people I don't even think they fucking know.
Yeah.
Dude. Because they haven't thought that. That's a lot of thinking that you're asking us to do, buddy boy, okay? How dare you? How dare you interrupt my fucking Netflix to make me think? I got memes to share, to explore and to share.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I don't know. I'm a bit pessimistic, though. So that doesn't mean I'm right.
Yeah.
It just means I think that people are shit and the world sucks.
I think, like, that's what kind of froze me from wanting to say too much either, because I think we're at the age, and also because what we've done in our lives, you see the cycle over and over again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so having to see where to breathe and see where to hop in, do what we have to do, hop out,
right,
becomes very important, because this fight is a long fight. It's not just what's happening now. And just like, let's say in the case of this year, like, it's only just begun. So,
only just begun.
Dun, 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 dun. So it's like, that's insane to think about that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
That's why I think it's like fascinating too. Like going back to the playlist, like my summer music is so different this year because I'm not doing those same things.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I remember we had trouble deciding what to play a couple times where we decided to venture out in the convertible.
Oh yeah.
Go drive to the beach, do a scenic drive or whatever in Cali. It's summer. What are we listening to?
Right.
I don't know. Nothing
Right.
really fit the mood. Because
No.
despite like the beautiful sunny days and the weather and like,
No.
the convertible and all that, I didn't feel happy. It just felt...
We felt like chipmunks that knew that the season only gave in a certain amount, nuts, pine nuts.
Yes.
Or whatever they are, pine
Yeah.
cones, or not pine
Nut. I mean, they eat all
Nuts,
sorts of
right?
nuts.
All
You think of
kinds of nuts.
acorns? Is that what you're thinking of?
Acorns, yeah. Sorry. And we collected as much as we could, but we know it's not going to hold us down.
Yeah.
But we still have like a week of like sunsets and
Yeah.
beautiful days that feel like they should have been fruitful.
So we're the self-aware chipmunk
We're the self-aware
on the edge of
chipmunks.
winter.
On the edge of winter.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's a song.
Yeah. We're just a bunch of chipmunks on the precipice.
On the edge of winter.
It's the final countdown.
Yeah, dude. I was thinking some sort of like crazy wailing, like
Chipmunk
the
song.
edge of winter, the chipmunk. I don't know what he does.
That, like, you're tucking the harsh reality inside the song, a song of a character
like, yeah.
using a chipmunk.
Yeah.
Because we can't tell it to you guys straight how bad things suck.
Watch him store his mighty grain. Get real.
Tenacious D chipmunk music.
Yeah. I was thinking more like Iron Maiden or something, but Tenacious D is basically just funny Iron Maiden.
Yeah, because I don't think a chipmunk is going to last these winters. It's going to be a crazy,
damn.
crazy season.
God damn.
God
What
damn.
a bleak thing to say. Poor chipmunk.
Well, I don't know. I think we're definitely dull to what's happened so far, so... But to be able to put that into context, like I think every day that we were looking back when we were in California, we were like, what's tomorrow? What's tomorrow? What's tomorrow? Every day we were just like throwing our hands up in the air.
Yeah.
And to be still in that, it's kind of fascinating that our minds are in that place.
Yeah. Maybe that's where we end the show today.
I guess so, man.
All right,
With our
dude.
hands up in the air.
Can't always be fucking winners, right?
Can't always be winners.
Yeah. All right, well, let's wrap this shit up, dude. We got things to do.
Hands clean, masks on.
Mask up.
That's the way we do this.
We'll got to come up with a pithy little rhyme for that.
We need a little bit more.
Of what?
More of a... Like something people remember. Something that will make the kids cry for candy.
Ooh, bro. No. We can't say stuff like that anymore.
Oh, really?
We can't talk about making kids cry and giving them candy and shit. That's... The climate's off for that.
That's not how I meant it.
Well, Ghislaine Maxwell.
okay.
That's all I have to say about that.
I was thinking this. Do you remember Inside Out?
I didn't see that.
Oh, shit. That movie was genius.
I do remember it. I know.
2015.
Yeah, the animated. I remember.
So there's a character, and so it's this kid inside her mind, and different characters are like different feelings and emotions, but inside deep in her mind, there's her make believe friend, and his name is Bing Bong. Bing Bong, Bing Bong.
Okay.
That's his name, and when he cries candy. Yeah.
That's cool.
So that was in my head.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Inside Out.
Inside
Inside
Out.
Addy's head.
Everyone should watch that movie. It was a game changer for
What
me.
would because you're not really a candy guy, but what would your friend cry when they cried in your head?
If I had an imaginary friend that cried candy,
Yeah. Or
either
whatever.
Sour Patch Kids
Yeah.
or like, what would you say? What is it called? Reese's Pieces M&Ms, like the
Yeah,
peanut butter. Type
Yeah, they're just Reese's Pieces.
yeah,
Yeah.
Reese's Pieces.
Yeah.
What are those called?
Reese's Pieces.
Yeah, but not the cups.
Bro, those are called Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
Oh, really?
Really?
So M&Ms
Or
are
M&Ms?
pieces.
No. What?
Wait.
Okay.
So when it's Reese's Pieces, but it's not cups, it's like the candy.
Reese's Pieces
Like,
are
I
the
mean, like-
M&M shaped peanut
Yeah.
butter with the candy shell.
Yes.
Reese's peanut butter cups are any size peanut butter cup that Reese's makes, whether the minis or the jumbos or the whites or the thick dicks, whatever. Then you have M&Ms, totally different brand and candy, and that's the one with the chocolate and the candy.
But what
coating.
are those things called?
Which things?
The M&M.
It's a goddamn M&M.
But
One or more M&M.
like that shape with a shell is not called anything.
like a technical term, like
Yeah.
you want candy industry
Yeah.
fucking vernacular.
Yeah.
I don't have that for you. I'm sorry. Like
I'm like, yeah.
People
give
don't
it
talk
to
that
me.
way. Yeah,
I want to know.
a unit, a crunch unit, a fucking
Morsel?
sweet parcel. Yeah, a morsel. Morsel's probably the best thing I could think of.
All right. Sorry. I thought this was gonna be.
Okay, what we can do is look at the trademarking of the patent technology of putting candy inside of a sweet coated shell, and that might have. Maybe the patent office has a word. We can ask Izzy about that. We can research our lawyer friend Izzy.
Well, that's why when you said Reese's Pieces, I thought that had it. A Reese's Pieces cup, Reese's Pieces bar.
Yeah, no, Reese's Pieces is a subsection of the Reese's brand of candies.
Why? What would your
Why?
imaginary friend cry out?
Oh. It probably less of like because I was thinking like when you cry, it's like bing, 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 like with the pieces, right? Mine would be more constant sobbing, like ugly sobbing of like maple syrup, probably.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Like it.
Yeah.
What is that called? A fondue machine or whatever?
With the chocolate or whatever, the dippable
like
stuff.
You just have a river of your imaginary friend crying all the time.
Sweet tears.
Sweet tears.
I love maple syrup so much.
It just be coming in.
Just sobbing, getting in my beard, getting sticky, or whoever's beard. I think everyone in my head has a beard.
Everyone is your imaginary friend in your
Yeah,
imaginary world.
my imaginary beard.
Sobbing. Everyone's crying in your imaginary world,
Yeah,
but crying maple syrup
into cotton candy beards.
into cotton candy. Oh,
Mmm.
that starts to get dangerous. But you know that mixture is probably not far off because during like 4th of July, you get like funnel cake and you might get syrup on that.
Oh sure.
So that's a doable.
Get the
combo.
powdered sugar
It's there.
all in there. Powdered sugar is the enemy of all beards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. On that
I just
sweet
got
and happy
diabetes
note.
on that.
Yeah, did you? I'm gonna chug some maple syrup from the bottle. Take a shot.
Take a shot.
Do they have shots? I know we're trying to. I know we're trying to end this fucking show.
Of maple syrup?
Like at a bar though, it's like maple syrup and bourbon or some shit, or you know.
I would think you could do that. I would think you should do that. I'm sure there's something.
You should. Doctor recommends this is actually good for you.
They should make something if they don't have something.
Like maple. Yeah, dude. It'd probably be maple and whiskey or some shit like that.
Yeah.
That'd be the combo.
We're just not able to answer things for each other today.
Some days are, better than others.
Like, no, I don't know.
Some days are questions, some
Good
days
luck.
are answers.
Good luck.
Some days are other high strangeness.
That was so funny.
All right, let's get the fuck out of here. We got things to do.
Goodbye, guys.
Bye. Guangzhou dudes.